Good morning, family. Peace. It's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Key. And I'm late. Just going to be honest. I'm late. I didn't feel like getting up. I mean, it was raining, and the rain really did a good job today of telling me, sir, lay your tail down and get you some more rest and get you some more sleep. And I kind of listened, but I wish I didn't listen. But sometimes you have to listen to your body. And my body told me to stay my tail in the bed, and I did. But yeah, so I'm late. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. Do you forgive me for being here late? I'm 5 minutes late. 38 minutes late. I'm looking at the time now. 7:38. 38 minutes late. So don't be 38 hot. So please forgive me. So if you're watching, wherever you're watching from, show me an emoji. Give me an emoji. Give me a thumbs up. Like this, share this, whatever it is. But don't you forget, up in the content section of this live is the podcast link. Go ahead and click that link. Go ahead and subscribe to this podcast so you get on the back end. Again, eventually I'm going to extract myself from the Facebook platform and just go strictly on YouTube and on the podcast. So get it in now, because eventually I'm going to pull over. So, all right. So what are we talking about? I see one person. So what are we talking about? I had to figure it out on my way here. And over the past few days, we've been talking about vision. And the power of vision, again, kind of like what we've been speaking out, the power of vision has been a very just powerful lesson within itself, part 1 and 2. So if you missed part 1 of the vision, clear the vision, you missed part 2 of Clearing the Vision, click the link, go to the podcast here, part 1 and 2. Matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do for you. Let me go ahead and pull up the link to the podcast where you can hear it yourself. And when I drop that link, hey, you can take the time out, go back and listen to I think it's like podcast, podcast 5 and 6 or 6 and 7, something like that. One of them, you'll figure it out when you get the link. But yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. It was all right. You know, I had some issues as far as with the microphones and stuff like that. But hey, we're here today, and I'm okay. You're okay, and I'm blessed to have you here with me right now. All right, so that's Clear the Vision. That's part 1. And let me drop Clear the Vision part 2 for you. And it was actually, I'm learning, it was episode 7 and episode 8. So I was like wrong. It's all get out. So it's episode 7 and episode 8. So those that are going to be watching this on the replay, I did click the link. I did drop the links right there in the chat section just so you can go back and listen to it. Just in case this is your first time on the platform, you're able to go back and listen and to learn about what we spoke about in episode 7, also what we spoke about in episode 8. So, all right, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about the provision. We're talking about the provision. It would not have been right if we're talking about Clear the Vision if we did not have any conversations about the provision, because the provision are the set-asides. And are you or have you been for your vision? So as you already know, I'm going back to the definition of provision, and then from there I'm coming back for it. So again, for everybody that's watching, drop an emoji, give me a comment, whatever it is, give me a good morning, whatever that is. Again, whatever happens with that, it resets the algorithm and it pushes it out. So be obedient and drop that. All right, so let's go through the definition of provision. The number 1 definition, the noun provision, the action of providing or supplying something for use. So then we're going to go down to the verb of provision is a supply of food, drink, or equipment, especially for a journey. So if you've ever been hiking and you put all of this stuff in your bag that you're going to get hungry at some point, you put the the fruit. You may put fruit in your bag. You may put granola bars in your bag. You put towels in your bag. You put water in your bag. Yes, you're packing your bag, but what you're really creating are provisions, set asides to ensure when you get to that point of your hunger, you have the ability to supply those particular needs. But Mr. Russell, how does this play into what you're talking about and what you have been talking about as far as clearing of the vision? So I'll go to another visual parable for you. Now, if you wear glasses and I do not wear glasses, and I come and I try your glasses on, and the glasses are actually way thicker than what I'm used to, then I'm not going to see clearly. I'm not going to have a cleared vision on allowing me to see what I want to see. Because it's not my vision. Those glasses were not made for me. The medicine in the lens was not made for me. The medicine in the lens was made specifically for you. So the vision is so clear for you because that is where the glasses was made specifically for you. And if I put those glasses on, it wasn't made for me. So how can I really see it clearly? How can I see those objects clearly? How can I see the journey clearly? How can I see the path clearly? It's not going to be made clear because there were no provisions through the lens of the glasses that was specifically made for me. And it was not made for me. You may sit down with certain people, and when you're listening to those individuals, you don't get the vision. And the conversation between one and the other, they may begin to become upset because you're not understanding what the other person is saying. But you have to understand that your vision was made clearly for you. The lens was made clear for you. Stop going around and trying to find someone I'm going to find someone that understands my vision. No, those were your glasses. The only person that was actually there when the glasses were made were the person who gave you the vision. Just like when you go to the doctor's office, the doctor may not remember how much medicine they put inside of your particular lens, but they wrote it down and they made it plain. So the next time if you go and you break your glasses and you need to see clear again, they go back into the order and provide the proper amount of measurements and the proper amount of set-asides in order for you to see clear again. Because there's going to be some times in your life where your vision is going to be broken. There's going to be some time, the way you see things are going to be broken. I'm not going to say your vision because the vision has vision and provision to go along with it. But the way you see things may become broken. You may become broken based off of whatever the emotional ties that you have to it or whatever type of situation or circumstance that you found yourself in. The sight and how you see it is broken, but the vision will always be there because remember we spoke about yesterday, the vision is inherited, but the set asides is where you have to put in the work. Because remember in the verb of the word provision, on purpose set aside things to ensure that when the liability is then challenged, you have the ability to eat when it's time for you to eat. You have the ability to drink water when it's time for you to drink water. When your body is telling you you're tired, you can get the towel that you take and that you place inside of your bag and wipe your forehead. Why? Because you packed your bag for the provisions of once it is time for you to have a certain thing, you're able to actually provide it. But how much have you really provided for your dreams and how much have you really provided for your goals? Was the vision so clear or was the vision not clear for you that it was yours to begin with? Stop going around and borrowing other people's glasses trying to see their vision and you have your very own vision. I can't borrow. If I don't have 20/20 vision, I can't borrow your 20/20. It's not for me. So I have to look at what was for me is for me. And what is for you is for you. Now, I may have and develop some sort of sympathy or empathy about you and what you have going on, but I still must know and understand that I need to carry my own vision. I need to carry out my very own vision in order for me to either be prosperous or in order for me to actually conduct what type of vision that was set aside for me. Have you ever had a vision that you know that was for you, but you got distracted by someone else who told you they couldn't see it? That's crazy, right? It's not their glasses. They're not going to see it the way you see it because it was made for you. It was made for you to see. It was made for you to be. And why was it made for you to be? Because remember, provision can be created by you. Are you setting yourself up for the proper vision? And you have to understand provision is a set aside, but your perspectives, you can be distracted by the perspectives. Do not be distracted by the perspectives because the provision was for the vision. Again, remember, provision. I am for it. Just like you say, people say, I'm pro-abortion or I'm pro-whatever. That means they're for it. But are you for your vision? Stop waiting for people to be for your vision. It's yours. It's not their responsibility to be for your vision. It is your responsibility to be a proactive from your perspective in order to make it happen. It's your vision. Stop running away from your vision. Stop running away from those gifts and talents. Now, we are going to get into gifts and we are going to get into talents, but right now I'm staying on vision and provision. I went on vision 2 times and right now I'm on provision because I want you to see so clearly what is made for you has always been there for you because you have inherited that. You ever see someone who inherited glasses? Like everybody in their family wears glasses. It's like everyone inheriting the visual that you can't see. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I've never been in that lane to understand that part on it getting passed down. So there are some things that does get passed down, and there are some things that are specifically made for you to do and to create for you. And that's your provision that you must provide. What are you providing yourself? Are you providing yourself the proper placements for you? Meaning, I want to be in the right place when the vision comes to pass. How do you be in the right place when the vision comes to pass? That means you're reading, you're studying, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're being around the right people. You're putting yourself in the right space. You're aligning yourself with the right people, or aligning yourself with the right word, or aligning yourself with the things that you know that you're ready for. You can't talk about I want to be wealthy, but you're still doing broke stuff. You can't talk about, oh, I have a vision, I want to be a millionaire, but your mindset is trash. Your mindset is a 50-cent piece. So you can't talk about the provisions that is going to align you for and with and in line of the vision, but your provisionary period that you're going into that's going to get you to that mark, you're not doing what you're required to do. Because remember, yesterday we talked about the vision will only be acquired by those who are doing what is required of them to do. Because if you're not doing what is required for you, then you will not receive what the vision has placed for you. And the provision will not be as clear as it possibly can, because you're trying on everybody else's glasses. You're trying on everyone else's glasses, but forgot that you can own your own pair. You forgot that you can own your own pair, because remember, the vision has been inherited to you, inherited physically as well as mentally. Strengthen your mind. Strengthen the way you think. Strengthen the way you see. Strengthen how you read. Strengthen what you read. And I guarantee you, when you get to that point, you're going to see it because it's going to be so clear to you. It's going to be so clear that you're going to have that deja vu moment like, man, I've been here before. Why? Because there was always provisions created for you just in case there was a liability. Don't be somebody else's liability because you can't see their vision. Allow them to see their vision because it is theirs. Don't allow someone else to be your liability because you feel they're not seeing your vision. It is okay if someone does not see your vision because it's not theirs. It's your vision. And be prepared to do the work of the provision and be for your vision. Because when you're for your vision, you will definitely be for your future. Hey, I want y'all to text somebody and let them know that it's their time. It's your time. It is your time to see your vision. It is your time to understand that your journey was already figured out for you. I remember we talked about the hiking. You're hiking now. You're going in line with your journey. But my question for you is, what are you putting in your bag? What are you putting in your bag that is preparing you for the journey? I know what you can possibly put in your bag when you're going hiking. So let's take that to the physical sense. Let's take that to the spiritual sense. Let's take that to the psychological sense. If you're ready to go on this hike that is going to take you in a direction that is progressive, that is going to change the way that your family has been, that's going to change the way that you have been thinking, that is going to change the trajectory of your success, what are you putting in your bag that is going to prepare you for it? What are you putting inside of that bag? Are you putting peace inside the bag? Put in the comment section, what are you putting inside of your bag? Because it's time for you to go hiking on this journey. There may be some hills that you have to climb. There may be some some hills that you have to go over, some mountains that you have to climb, some valleys that you might have to go into that you might find yourself the only one in the valley. And you're going to have to speak to those dry bones in order for you to allow those dry bones to say, you know what? You've been here for so long. I know that I have these gifts and talents, but I need to speak life into these dry bones to say I am ready to live and to be able to fulfill this vision because you've been here long enough. What are you putting inside of your bag that is going to prepare you for the hike, that is going to prepare you for the journey? Y'all be blessed. Peace.